Does anyone in your family dislike math? Is there anyone in your family that would much rather do pretty much anything else in the world other than math? A lot of times I feel like that's the case. As a homeschool mom, I don't really enjoy math. If there was one subject that I could probably skip and not have to teach, that would be math past I don't know, third grade. It's not my favorite thing. It's not a lot of people's favorite things. I've been homeschooling now for over 10 years, and I have discovered a few tips and tricks that have made math more fun. So if you are interested in trying to figure out how to make math more fun for your family, for your kids, whether you homeschool or whether you just have kids that have to do math in school and when they come home every day, they're dreading it. If you want to try to figure out how to make math more fun, I've got a few tips and tricks that are going to help you. So stay tuned. I have 4 things today that I would say are sneaky ways to make math more fun. I like to be sneaky when I can, especially when it comes to homeschool, because if we can make learning fun and they don't even know that they're learning, then we win, right? Yay! I'm going to share 4 things with you today that have helped us make math more fun and not cry every time the subject of math comes up. Do any of your kids like video games, apps, things like that? Most kids nowadays do. Most kids have phones or have tablets or Xbox or computer or whatever. I would say majority of America, kids play games, right? We don't do a whole lot of media in our family. I do have this time where they might have a tiny little bit of time in the morning once they've done their chores and they ate breakfast and they got dressed. I would give them a tiny bit of time. Usually what I do is after they've done their school for the day, if they've done everything they had to do, then they get an hour maybe of media time. So we really don't have a ton, but even with that, I still am sometimes uncomfortable with the idea of them just mindlessly playing completely dumb stuff, A lot of these apps out there are just I know there's one that my kids like that's called Fill the Fridge or something. They're literally organizing the fridge on an app. Go in my kitchen and do that if you want to do that. It's kind of ridiculous. That's what made me think, is there an app out there or some sort of game that could make math fun? I've always tried to do those, and then a lot of times they kind of don't feel like a game. It feels more like math, like homework, and then they dread it. The sponsor of today's video is called Matica, and I'm so excited to be telling you about their product because their whole goal is to make math addicting to kids, to make them want to play this app. It's these cute little monsters, and you are doing math the entire time. There's no other anything else to it. I was a little nervous at first because I thought, if it's just math, they're not going to like it. This is just math facts, and it's fun. I've played it. I have it on my phone. And it is hard. Some of the levels get pretty hard because it goes all the way from addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, exponents, and negative numbers. So it covers everything. So the cool part about this is it's got 175 levels and 700 unique challenges in this math game. The one thing that is a given in most math curriculums, or at least in ours, is flashcards, right? You sit there, you hold the flashcard, you flip to the next one, they answer it, you can see on the back if they got it right. And that's kind of a monotonous way to get it stuck into their heads. Is it fun? No, it's not fun. I don't even like doing math flashcards. They're kind of boring. This game is just a cool, fun way to do math flashcards. But like I said, it's not just addition and subtraction. It goes all the way up to negatives and exponents. It's super fun. I'm going to put a little screenshot here so that you guys can see how it works because it's pretty fun. It starts off really easy. And at first, I think when me and my kids tried it, we were like, 0 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2. And it goes on and on. It's like, this is so easy. This is too boring. Well, you just keep going. And as you keep going, there's a speed level that you get to choose from. And that was really cool because you get to pick, I think it's novice, expert, and something else. But it's you get to pick your level of speed. So you can speed it up a little bit. And the more you get right, you get to continue on to these other levels. And it's really fun. Once you have finished all the levels, or you can skip around, but once you finished all the levels and unlocked each level, there is an endless mode. And in that one, it mixes everything together. And I got stumped quite a few times because some of those are hard. Some of the exponents, without my handy dandy calculator, I didn't have a clue. I didn't know. It was hard, very hard. So this is such a good tool for everyone. I have a second grader, a fifth grader, a seventh grader, and a ninth grader, and all of them use the same app. And I really think it's a good asset. And I think even if it's not something that they're super excited about right off the bat, assign it and have them do it maybe 10 minutes a day. They're going to get these math facts stuck in their head. And that's what we want, right? Yay, we want little mathematicians running around, or at least, close to it. One cool thing that the little video gamer in your family might enjoy is that you can customize the characters with their outfit and their shield and whatever it is that they're holding. That is pretty fun because I know that's something that a lot of these video games have, and it's nice to be able to personalize it and customize it themselves. Another thing as a homeschool mom that you're gonna love is that there is like a progress report page so you can see how well they did. So they show how many they missed, how many they got right, and that's so awesome. So they're not just spending 10 minutes over there on some game that means nothing, that they're not gonna get anything out of. You can actually, it's kind of like a little online math test, to see how well they're doing. And as they continue going, these math facts are gonna get quicker and they're gonna really get stuck in their heads. So I just love it. I'm so excited about it. I love having this tool in our homeschool. I think it is a wonderful thing. And I think, like I said, even if you are not a homeschool mom, this is a great tool for helping your kids just get better at math. Now, the cool part is you can download this app for free. Our Thrifty Homeschool, do I love free stuff? Absolutely. So you can download this app today for free. I will put it in the description box below, the link. The one that's downloaded for free, some of the levels are locked. Today, if you click on my link, and I'll put it down in the description box below, then you can download the entire game with all the levels unlocked for just $7.99, which is way less than even a box of flashcards that you were to order from your curriculum. So run and do it. I think that's a great deal. And once I unlocked all the levels, it was like a total game changer once we were able to get things mixed up, especially for your older kids. Once you get all the different levels mixed up, it's a competition you want to win. Now we're going to move on to number 2. The second thing that I have that I think is a sneaky way to make math fun. I actually found this at a garage sale, and I have shared this on my, on videos before, I'm sure. This little container here. If I can find something similar, or if I can find these on Amazon, I will link them in the description box below too. So this was just a yard sale find. I still have the price tag on it. It was $1.50. I actually got it at like a homeschool garage sale. All it is, it's a bunch of little coins. All these coins have little math facts on them. So this one, 6 minus 3, what we would do, and a lot of times it was just me and one other kid, but sometimes I would have a couple of my kids together or all of my kids together, and whoever got it first, I would flip this over on the table. Whoever said 3 first, they get to keep this. And then we keep going. And I tried to pull them out because some are easy. There's some are a little more difficult, 12 minus 8 maybe, but then there's some that are easy in here. So like 23 minus 11. So it's got a bunch of different math facts. It's got the answer on the back, and then they would just pile up their little pile. And if they're going against each other, which competition is always fun. We love competitions in my family. Whoever has the most little coins at the end wins. So these were just so fun. I feel like, what is this? It's basically like a flashcard, okay? For some reason, at least for me, let me know if you feel the same way. I just find flashcards super boring and I don't want to do it. This is basically a flashcard in a circle, but it's so much more fun. Like there were days where my kids would be like, Mom, can we do those little math card coins? And I'm like, okay, sure. They loved it. So especially in the younger years, if you can make math fun when they're young and make them just excited about it, it's going to carry on as the math gets harder and harder. I would think they'd have little coins that maybe have harder things on them. This is just addition and subtraction, but this is such a fun thing. So we have always loved this. Basically do anything but a flashcard and we're gonna have fun, right? Okay, so let's move on to the third one. The third one is also a game. We are a big game family, so we love doing board games. Like I shared in the beginning, we've got app games, things like that, but we love doing games together. This is one of my favorite games, especially for math. It's called Loose Change. We just played this the other day with all my kids. My 9th grader played right alongside my 2nd grader. It is so fun. So you have all these cards that have coins on them. You have the deck in the middle. You flip one card over. Say the first card is a quarter. So you go around the circle. The next person you're trying to get close to $1 without going over. If you go over, you get negative points taken off. So let's say it's my turn, so I lay down a $0.50. Then the next person goes, they had 20 cents. So what do we have? That would be 25. So we've got 75, 95. So we're at 95. The next person's turn, they either have to have a nickel, or if they have, there is like a skip card, a save card that you can skip. But if you don't have a nickel, anything else is going to go over $1. So you have to lay something down if you don't have that save card, and then you would lose. But if you have a nickel, then you get to keep that pile, and those are positive points at the end. I'm serious. It may not sound amazing. It is so fun. I love it. And it's just, I feel like change is one of those things that I feel like growing up, that was always kind of a stressful thing for me, was making change. I don't know, when you're like, the pressure's on, it's kind of like when you're sitting at the stop sign and someone's behind you and you really don't have time to go, and you're stressed because the person behind you is, you feel like they're pressuring you to go. And I don't know. Anybody else like that? I don't know what that's called. Anxiety, maybe? I don't know. But making change sometimes, when I've got my purse and I'm trying to find enough pennies and whatever, and it can be a little stressful sometimes. If you make it a regular thing for your kids, they're going to skip all the stress and it'll be like no big deal. And I just think making things fun like this is the way to go. So I love this game. If I can find this, also, I will link in the description box below. I got this at a garage sale. Shocker. Everything I get is either garage sale or thrifted for the most part. But I would buy this on Amazon because I love this game. This is like a favorite. The last thing kind of goes along with that. It's not a game, but the fourth thing that I would use as a sneaky way to get math in and get them good at math and excited about math, it also has to do with money. And it is, when you go to the store, if you are thrifting, we're a thrifty family, so we usually go to the thrift store. But you go to the store, so I would take all my kids to the store and be like, okay, everybody, sometimes we have these challenges where I have some videos on this that I've shared before, but sometimes it'll be like, okay, we're going in for 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes to find something that's $2 or less. And maybe I'll give them $2, or a lot of times I'll have them use their own money, and they'll go in and they have to find something that's less than $2, okay? So let's say my son, who we've been doing this for years, so even when he was little, like a little tiny one, I would have him go up, and let's say he bought a toy car and it was 50 cents. And then, they'll tell him the tax, whatever that is. He has to open up his little wallet. He can decide to either give him $1, or he can pull out change and see if he has enough change. And obviously I help the little ones, but we've been doing this for years. And my kids do not struggle to be able to pay for their own thing at the store, because it's just a normal thing. Now, if it's really busy, you may want to be there to help a little bit, because there have been times where, I've got 4 kids. So basically I'm the 5th one in line, and there's people behind me, and they're probably like, they could be annoyed that you're taking forever. But at the same time, I would say 90% of the time people are telling me, that is so awesome that you do this and that you have them pay for their own stuff. Almost always the cashier says something about how great they think it is that I have the kids involved in paying for their own stuff. So I would say most of the time, unless you I don't know, if you live in an area where everybody is rushed, busy, in a hurry, they're not going to find it cute. But we're in kind of a more slow-paced area where people appreciate it, and they appreciate homeschooling when they see me and my kids out during the day. But anyway, having them pay for their own things, it doesn't mean we don't buy them stuff. It just means that when they're going to buy, like say that one of the girls found a purse, or somebody found a doll or something that isn't a need, and they have money, I have them pay for it. But it is not just to teach them the quality of the dollar, which it does teach them. Is this worth spending my money on? Do I really need this? It helps with that. But just paying the exact amount and making change, rather than just this is too hard, I'm going to give them a 5, even though it was 51 cents or something like that. It just helps teach these things that we need for everyday life. Math is maybe not my favorite thing, and it may not be your favorite thing, but obviously it's important. You cannot get through life without being able to do math. So these are 4 things that I think are super helpful in sneaking that math in and helping your kids grow in their math facts and their learning and their money and all those things. I will do whatever I can to try to make learning fun. That really has been my whole goal in homeschooling. Is I've never wanted to just open the books, do the work, this is no fun. I want to make it fun if I can. And these are 4 ways that I think can make math really fun. So make sure you check out my links in the description box below if you want to get the math game today, if you want to order these other games on Amazon. I will link all that stuff below. I really appreciate you guys for being here. Let me know if there's something I missed. If you have another math tip, please let me know. We need to share and help each other out. Let me know in the description box below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my other homeschool stuff, mom life, and thrifty stuff. So I will see you guys next week. Bye.